I'm just so happy because today is Friday. Finally, Friday.
Woo!
Yes, close to the weekend. And I have another great talk today in public speaking and business. This is my only talk I have for today. So you all better listen up really good because I'm just so happy to share all of the nuggets and tidbits that I've been getting from my guests. The whole premise of public speaking and business is for you to understand just how important public speaking is in your business, but not only your business, but if you're someone who's on the job and you want to get a promotion, you're trying to get ahead, you have to know how to articulate yourself. You have to know how to speak up for yourself because the person who has the best ideas is not always the one that gets the promotion. It's the person who can talk and who can articulate themselves. So you don't want to be hiding or you don't want to be the best kept secret. You want to be recognized for your work, for your talent. And the best way to do that is being able to communicate. So I'm so happy about this platform. It's been really going well. I've done well over 20 interviews at this point, and I believe like each interview gets better and better. But also what I'm happy about is that this week I launched the Model Speakers Academy. So it's officially open. And I had my first webinar this week and it was amazing. And I have another one coming up next week. And for the next few weeks, I'll be having webinars to let everyone know about the great things that I have in the Speakers Academy. We have a model framework or my model system of success that we use that stands for motivate, organize, deliver, engage, and lead. Because if you're a speaker, you are a leader. And this model framework will help you get to your next level and to gain that confidence. So if you have not signed up yet, you need to sign up for the webinar. It's free, it's about an hour long, and you get to ask all the questions and get more details about the Model Speakers Academy and about the fun things that are happening in October of this year and October of next year. Because in case you hadn't heard, I am planning an international speakers retreat in Bali, Indonesia. That's right. So you don't want to miss out on all of the things that I have going on at the Model Speakers Academy. But enough about that. I know you're probably wondering, who is this man that's here with her today? That's right. I have Edwin Carrion, and believe it or not, he's in Colombia. And I'm not talking about Columbia, South Carolina. I'm talking about the country Colombia. And so I'm really just ecstatic about it because he's my third international guest. I've had somebody from Australia, I've had somebody from Canada, and now I have somebody from Colombia. So I'm just racking up all my passport stamps with this public speaking in business. So thank you so much for joining me, Edwin. Welcome.
Samantha, thank you for having me here. And to everybody listening, good afternoon. For those the ones of you that are live, for the ones that are not live, good morning, good evening, whatever part of the world you're in. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching the show. And you're going to learn why it's extremely important to become a public speaker.
Absolutely. So share to us about your business. Tell us your business and what you have going on.
Yes, thank you. My name is Edwin Carrion, and I am a business scaling expert. So, what I do is I help entrepreneurs scale their companies to 8 figures and then eventually exit their companies and retire and enjoy life and live life to the fullest, like I call it. But at the same time, I'm also a real estate developer. So, I'm heavily invested into real estate, and I love to help entrepreneurs grow their companies, scale those companies. And I'm very well known as an international speaker. I spoken in multiple stages in London, Malaysia, in Colombia, South America, in Mexico, and in the United States.
Well, that's awesome. So as you can see, Edwin knows his stuff. So that's excellent. So let's just get right into it. My first question is, why do you believe public speaking is a crucial skill for business professionals today?
Yes, I think it's the way that you communicate. It teaches you how to communicate with other people without having to be thinking on the spot and really understand how do you want to deliver a message to somebody else. So public speaking is not only, standing in front of a stage and speaking to hundreds of thousands of people. It's also how do you communicate one on one? How do you build those relationships with other people? So when you really learn how to communicate and you want to continue growing, you want to continue scaling, you have to be able to deliver the same message that you're able to deliver to one individual person to 100 or 200 people at the same time, and always be captivating and interesting and what people want to hear the message. And at the end of the day, once they hear your message, once they have you deliver what you want them to listen to, they want to work with you because they love what you have to share.
Wow. And you said that so beautifully. And I love that you mentioned that communication is not always the big crowd. It's about that one-on-one interaction. So you want to be able to
Yes.
share that message and have that same impact regardless of the size of the crowd, because exactly if people enjoy your message, if they can relate to you, then they will more than likely want to buy or work with you. So you definitely want to make sure that you can handle sharing your message with multiple people. And so my
Yes.
next question is, can you share a personal experience where effective public speaking significantly impacted your career or business?
Oh yeah, definitely. It when the first time that I went to speak in London, that's the first time when I was doing already a couple of events in the United States. I'm originally from Miami, Florida. I lived there most of my life, and I just moved to Colombia like about a year ago. But I got invited to speak at an event which is called Never Work Again and teach entrepreneurs what are additional sources of revenue, how to create passive income. And when I was speaking at this stage, the first thing that I did is it got me to become an international known speaker,
Hmm.
but also it scaled my company because now I was not only in a small target area, I was already internationally. So I was captivating audiences in London. I was captivating audiences in other part of the countries that came to London for that specific event.
Wow, so that's excellent. So I love that you said, well, one, the name of the conference was Never Work Again, because how many people really want to have that type of freedom? But the fact that you were able to speak, and like you said, you were able to be an international speaker, cross over to many different areas, different people, and you were able to really just spread and really make your brand grow. And so that's the thing with our messaging, it can really be international. Honestly, I think sometimes we think small and we don't really think about the possibilities. But with the internet today, like how I said, I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina, you are in Colombia, and we're able to talk and
Yes.
connect. So that's the beautiful thing about it. Your message can go worldwide. You can interact and really have customers and clients from anywhere, long as you are not afraid to share your message and have the technology. So wow, that was amazing that your first international speech was so successful. And so my
Thank you.
next question, welcome, is what are some common public speaking challenges that many business professionals face and how can they overcome them?
I think a lot of the challenges is number one, it's the fear of public speaking. I think everybody has that. I have fear too. Before I get on stage, I'm like, okay, am I going to deliver the right message? Is it going to go well? Are people going to understand? So that's the first challenge. The other challenge is knowing your material. Sometimes if we don't know the material, we just get on stage and try to talk about anything else. People understand that you're not being authentic, that you're just kind of like just maybe reading of something that you put together in order to deliver. So it's
Hmm.
understanding your message. What is it that you want to deliver, and what is it that you're good at? Another big challenge that I had to face was when I got invited to speak here in Colombia at one of my first events that I got invited to speak to. And because I'm a business scaling expert, I'm always talking to uh, like more of an adult audience. That my audience is always like 30 years old and up. And this one time I got invited to speak. And when I get there, there's a bunch of students, young kids, and I'm talking about young, 18 to 22, 23 years old. And I'm like, okay, I had to step back for a second. I'm like, okay, how am I going to capture this audience? Because it's a really tough audience to capture. So
Hmm.
really understanding what is your audience and how do you adapt and overcome to new audiences, it's always a challenge. And the other one is now that I'm speaking in South America, is understanding that yes, my target market is in the United States. And in the United States, we talk about millions of dollars every time we talk about scaling a company. I have to make sure that when I speak somewhere else, that they're not accustomed to maybe millions of dollars. Maybe they're only accustomed to tens of thousands of dollars.
Right.
How do I bring the message down to them so they get the message and they don't get discouraged and tune out because they're saying, okay, I'm never going to get to that level. But,
Mm.
I have to bring myself down and talk to them. Okay, in order to get to the first $10,000, this is what we do. This is how we do it. So it's understanding very good your audience. So those are big challenges that you're going to get. And the last challenge, and it also happened for me as well, was that imposter syndrome challenge.
Yeah.
When you go and speak, and sometimes you have somebody else that is 10 times better than you, maybe has done a lot of things better than you, and then you're like, am I worth it of being on the stage with these speakers? So you kind of like you have to understand that, put that imposter syndrome away and
Mhm.
really own up to what you have done and celebrate all your accomplishments. And you're there because somebody wanted you there. And the
Right.
people in the audience, Some of them are going to connect with you, some of them are not going to connect with you. But it's, the most important thing is that you deliver your message and give it 100%.
Wow, and that was good. I loved everything you just said. Hit on so many good points. Like you said, the biggest one is fear. Afraid to even get started. But then, you want to make sure that you're able to relate or engage with the audience. So I love that you gave different, I guess you can say scenarios where one you had a younger teenage audience and you didn't want to talk over their heads. You still want to be relatable. And then you had to look at the actual area, like being in Colombia now, how the money and the whole idea of success is different. How they are not necessarily ready or used to making millions as in the American market. So you had to kind of bring that message down. So that's so important as a speaker, being able to read the room, being able to know how to tailor my message, still keep the heart of what I'm saying, but make it fit into the audience that I'm speaking to, because you don't ever want to lose your audience because you're talking over their head, or you're talking about something that seems that they can't reach. So wow, those are very, very good points. And especially like you said, the imposter syndrome. So many of us don't even start because we don't think we're qualified enough. But I love what you said. Somebody wanted you there. So you have to
Yeah,
stand there, even if my message only resonates with one person. I still have to talk to that one person that I'm there to speak to. So we have to learn to stop doubting ourselves and give ourselves some credit, pat ourselves on the back for what we've accomplished thus far, and to keep going. And to me, we have to stop comparing ourselves to other people. Stop seeing that person that's farther ahead as a threat, but see them as somebody that can inspire you. And we have to stop, like I said, comparing ourselves, because sometimes we're at day 100 and the person we're comparing ourselves to is at day 1,000. So of course they're going to be further along because they've been doing it longer. Everyone had to start somewhere at ground zero, day one. So just don't, knock the process. Just keep going, keep pushing, keep learning, keep an open mind, and the sky's the limit. So those were all really great challenges. But thanks for sharing that. So my last question is, what is one essential tip you would offer to someone looking to improve their public speaking skills?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that again?
Sure.
I didn't get the question. It's not
What is
available.
one essential tip that you would give to someone looking to improve their public speaking skills?
Um, my biggest one is always find a great mentor. And I think that has been the thing that has gotten me to where I am today. Because whenever you have the right mentor that is going to take you through the right path, it's going to accelerate your process. I was able to speak on a stage in London. The moment that I decided that I wanted to become a public speaker and start speaking on stages, I hired the right mentor. And within 3 months, I was in another country speaking at a huge stage of 300 people. So that's what a mentor is going to do to you. It's going to accelerate your process. It's going to scale your business to the next level right away if you hire the right person. So to me, it's extremely important that, and also is having that structure that every time you get on stage is like when you listen to a singer, they're going to go on stage and they're going to sing the same song, even if they have 100 concerts, they're going to sing that one song that everyone likes. So that means that he's repeating the message 100 times. So don't be afraid to always repeat the same speech everywhere you go, because think about it like a singer. You're singing at a different stage, and the message is going to come out a little bit different, but it's always going to be the same message. That's going to be what is called your keynote, and
Mhm.
you continue perfecting that keynote until you have people standing and giving you standing ovations.
Wow. Now I love that. You gave two great tips. And one that I really, really resonate with was that you said get a mentor. And so many people are afraid to get a mentor. They feel like they know it all already, or they don't want to
Yes.
invest in a mentor. They want stuff to be cheap or free. But this is the thing. Like you said, the mentors help you get there faster. They've already gone down that road. They've already done the work. They've got the degrees. They've got the experience. They've already made those mistakes. So they're trying to save you from having to go down that path. So you can get along or get quicker to your next destination if you have a mentor. And so that's what the Model Speakers Academy is here to do. Be a mentor and help individuals who want to be a better professional speaker. Yeah, you could do it by yourself, but why take years to do something that you can do in 8 weeks or in a couple of months? So you have to think about how to maximize your time, maximize your money. And a lot of times a mentor is going to help you in that process. So people have to open their eyes and their mind to say it's okay to invest in yourself. That's the biggest and most important investment you're going to make is in yourself, in your learning, in your growth, in your development. No matter how old you are, you should always want to learn and to be better, and to perfect your craft, to continue to sharpen your skills. We don't ever want to get to a place where we arrive and we just sit back and kick. No, we need to still keep going and keep getting better, because as the world keeps evolving and more technology and more changes, you'll get left behind if you don't learn how to continue to reinvent yourself and to stay on the cutting edge of what's coming out. And then I
That's
also love how you said the analogy of how a singer sings the same songs. When Beyonce goes on tour and she tours 100 cities, guess what? 100 cities get that same
right.
playlist. They get the same songs, and they bought the album already. They hear the song on the radio, but guess what? They still want to hear it from her. And so that's what we have to realize. Our message is our song. Our speech is our song. And so we have to continue to keep saying it like we know it at the back of our hands, and keep getting better with our message, because guess what? There may be somebody in the audience who's never heard that song, who's never heard that message. So we can't get tired of it. We have to realize that's our signature talk. Or like you said, that's our keynote. So we have to be willing to share it, because that's our bread and butter. And if that's what you want to be known for, then you got to keep saying it. And who cares if someone gets tired? If you get tired, then hey, close your ears or go somewhere else. But this is my
Yeah.
message, and I'm going to share it. So wow, this was so good. I thoroughly enjoyed our conversation. So can you tell us, Edwin, how can we stay in contact with you? How can we follow you? How can we stay in the know of what you're doing? Or maybe even the next time you may come to the United States to talk.
Yes, no, and actually, I will be there in October 2nd. I'll be in Miami. I'm having one of my most amazing events of the year, which is called Miami Yacht Experience. I invite quite a few entrepreneurs to spend the day with me on my yacht and
Ooh.
learn about how to scale a company, how to grow a business. But you can follow me on all my social media channels. And for all of you that stayed here until the end, I'm going to give you this one gift that nobody ever gets, that only my paid clients get. And it's called my Startup Business Super Stack. It's this program that is going to take you from here to here in no time. It has a business plan template. It has win-win negotiation techniques. It has a lot of things that you want to have in your arsenal in order for you to scale your company, scale your business right away. So for those of you that stayed until the end, follow me on my social media channels, Edwin Carrion 78. Send me the DM podcast, DM me podcast 24. And I know you're coming from this podcast, and you'll get that gift for free. And I'm telling you, you're not going to find that anywhere else on the internet.
Oh my goodness. I really hope everyone heard that. So that's great. He gave a tidbit that you'll only find out if you listen to the entire message. I'm not going to put that part on the bio. I'll put his websites and stuff, but you have to listen to this entire message to know the code, which he said was DM24, for you to send to him, and then he will give you the entrepreneur stack. What did you call it?
Business Super Stack.
The business super stack. So wow, I love it. So that's right. So if you don't listen to the whole message, then you will have no idea that you could have gotten a business super stack from Edwin Carrion, because he is the man when it comes to scaling your businesses and having you get to the point where you can retire from your business and not have to even work in it, but it still be making you money. So thank you so much, Edwin, for that free gift, for that these gems and these tips you gave this entire time. This is truly a blessing, not only to myself, but to the audience. So I greatly appreciate it. And I'm going to ask you now, do I qualify? Can I still DM you? And can I
Of
get
course, anybody can DM me. I would love for you to DM me.
Okay, because I want to get one. So I don't know about y'all, but I'm gonna send him a DM because I want that business super stack, because I want the Model Speakers Academy to grow and to be the biggest thing. Because my actual goal or dream is within the next 5 years to be able to retire from pharmacy. Because if you've been following me and you know me, you know that I'm a pharmacist first. But my goal is to be able to be an entrepreneur full time for myself with the Model Speakers Academy. So yeah, so this was very good. I hope you all were taking notes and you were listening. And if this is you listening to the replay, put hashtag replay. But if you want to get a hold of this free gift, then you're going to have to do what Edwin said. So thank you all for staying tuned. This was the only message I have today, my only interview for public speaking and business. But tune in on Monday, because I'm going to have some more great talks coming up. So thanks again, Edwin, for joining.
Dr. Samantha, thank you for having me. And to everyone listening and staying until the end, thank you again. Make sure you get your free gift. And the one thing I'm going to leave you with is, if you don't know where you're going, you will eventually get there.
Wow, I love that too. If you don't know where you're going, you're gonna eventually get there because anywhere would do, right? Oh, thank